Hi everyone, this is Miss D from dspecialthings.blogspot.com. I captured my fairy. Oh, isn't this the cutest? Okay, this was a, matter of fact, this was my first attempt at making my fairy a home. I was actually given this challenge by Leah Scrapsation from the Crooked board, from the Crooked message board, and she's on the design team that I'm on. Well, anyway, she asked me about capturing a fairy, and I told her I'd never heard of it. Well, I decided to go ahead and Google them, found them on YouTube. And I guess for a few months, people have been making these little jars. I made mine out of a cappuccino jar. I thought it was the cutest thing when I seen it. She said, okay, that's your challenge, because I had just given her a challenge the week before with some little Marie Antoinette shoes, and she made those. Hers were gorgeous. But anyway, as I said, I used a cappuccino, Starbucks cappuccino bottle, and what I did was mine isn't really, it's all about the fairy. And because I just got the email from her and really didn't have enough time to find a fairy or a picture that I would use to make a fairy, I decided to use a stamp that I had. And I think this stamp is Inkadinkado. But the fairy is in the jar, and I put her in the jar using glue and seal. I actually glued it, put glue on the inside of the jar, and then I put glue on her and I sealed it. Look how clear it came out. But she's in the jar, and that's why it's called Capture a Fairy. And some of the other little doodads or embellishments that I have on here. I have a little jewelry piece hanging off of it, a little trinket. It's a dove. I have it hanging off of it. All of the little butterflies are rub-ons. The back of it, I use tissue paper on the back of the bottle. I used tissue paper, and I sprayed it with Lindsay Stamp Gang, two of their different sprays. I can't tell you which one they are because I have like 5 different sets. Still haven't figured them out, but Lindsay Stamp Gang, the spritzes, the sprays, the Starburst, excellent. I can't say that they're better. I can say that they are more concentrated than the others, and I do have some of the others. So I use Recollections, the little Recollections pearls here. I use a stamp, stamped it on different color tissue paper, and I used the glue and seal to glue it, to adhere it. For the inside of the jar, I used some, it was like ribbon, but it was grass. And I actually took the glue, the hot glue, and I put it inside the jar first, and then adhered the ribbon on there, and it looks like grass, so it kind of, you know, resembled the bottom of a forest or something, or just a grassy area. On the inside, I used, and I'm going to show you this, on the inside of the jar, I used this right here, and it's the Michaels Ashland signature accents, and these have little jewels and gems, buds, leaves, vines. I use that to put on the inside of the jar, and I glued that down too, on the inside of the jar, so it looked like her little twinkling trees that she would fly from. And I also took a piece and put it around the top part of the jar, and I have it hanging down from here. I used seam binding around the top and the bottom of the bottle, and then I took some recollection, those little recollection doodads, and some adhesives, I mean some those pearls, and stuck on there. And like I said, the fairy is stamped, and I use Copics to color her, and she's adhered to the jar from the inside. The dream is a Jolie stamp sticker, and it says dream right there. I know I'm holding it too close. And then I use a Prima flower on the top. These are 3 different Primas. Well, 2 Prima flowers and Iron Roses. Rose on the top of it. And I just adhered it to the top. I actually took the jar off of the top. So the top of the jar isn't on there. And that's pretty much it. I used some, if you see, some little sparkly stuff. I used the Martha Stewart mica flakes on there. And that's my little fairy. I have to do her tag. I didn't do her tag yet, but I have to do her tag because it tells you about her when she was born. She was born on the 23rd and the 24th. So she was born April the 23rd and the 24th because I did her wee hours of the night. And well, I did her wee hours of the night and finished her today. And her name is Kalia, and I just used part of Leah's name since she gave me the idea to do it. I can't give you credit for any one YouTube video that I watched because I watched a lot of them. But I really like the way this came out. I think my granddaughter would love one of these. I'm going to actually make her one. And when I make hers, I'll actually do the fairy the way I want to do it this time. I'm going to find a fairy. Either I'm going to find a picture of my granddaughter and make her a fairy. But this time I used just a stamp. And that's my captured fairy. And thank you, Leah. Thanks again. And thanks everyone for watching. Okay, bye-bye.